Today we're going to go through 10 signs that prove you're burning out from hustle culture, especially the introvert-style burnout. And if you relate to 5 out of 10 signs lately, then go outside and touch grass. Alright, let's jump in. Sign number 1. You're tired, but you still say yes. Not like you think it through and then agree. More like an auto-yes reflex. That's because you get tense around requests, especially when it involves crowds or social pressure, and your brain sometimes treats being judged like a threat. So your sympathetic nervous system flips on and makes refusing feel risky. Welp, and you pick the safest route. Just do it so no one feels uncomfortable. If your boss drops a quick favor on Slack at night and you type sure before you even swallow your saliva, if you say yes faster than you can breathe, congrats. That's a survival reflex wearing a professional hat. Sign number 2, you finish the work, but you don't feel relieved. You just feel anxious. Your brain refuses to shut down, like you close one tab and it opens 3 more by itself. You've left the task in time, but your brain is still stuck there, still waiting for feedback, still imagining scenarios. Then suddenly you notice a tiny mistake and you're like, did they notice? Are they disappointed? If you're resting, but your brain is still on duty, that's when you're missing an internal danger off button. Sign number 3, you respond faster than necessary. Someone texts at 5:48 p.m., you reply 1 millisecond later and call it professional. But honestly, sometimes you're using speed to buy a sense of safety. And in American hustle culture, where everything runs on speed, where everyone has a side hustle, where everyone flexes their busy calendar, this reflex gets reinforced so easily. So if response speed is how you prove your value, you're paying for your worth with your peace. Sign number 4, you over-deliver as a habit and treat it like the minimum standard. You don't just meet the requirements, you add extra just in case, so nobody can criticize. Sometimes perfectionism at an extreme level. This is when motivation shifts from I choose to do this to I'm pressured to do this. Psychology has a very clean name for it: controlled motivation. When you work because you fear judgment, your energy drains way faster than when you work from values and autonomy. That's why sometimes you don't ask for an extended deadline because you're scared you'll look incompetent, so you grind all night, then show up in the morning acting like nothing happened. If you're being perfect, not because you want to, but because you're scared, hustle culture is using your hands to slowly shave you down. If you've made it here and bro, you relate to all 4 signs above. Bro has already stepped 1 foot into the forest fire zone. But hold on for a sec. The cure is in the rest. Let's keep going. Sign number 5, you start fearing emptiness. A free evening makes you restless. A weekend without plans makes you feel like I'm falling behind. Your brain has been trained that busy equals safe and rest equals dangerous. That fear of falling behind is insanely common for young people like us running between rent, tuition, insurance, and the feeling that you always have to keep up speed or you'll fall out of the system. So you can't even watch 1 episode of a show or play 1 game without opening your laptop to check something, just to report to your little inner boss so it can give you that temporary feeling of safety. Sign number 6, you start feeling emotionally numb toward work. Burnout often comes with distance, mild cynicism, and losing interest. You still work, but it doesn't feel meaningful. You still finish things, but it doesn't feel satisfying. Maybe because you've completed the same thing a billion times, and now it just feels empty. So, if you're living on the setting of, as long as I can tolerate it, it's fine. That's a warning sign. Sign number 7, you always feel not enough. You finish 10 tasks, but your brain only remembers the one thing you didn't do. Your brain deletes completion and blames you anyway. Introverts who overthink are often good at predicting problems. But hustle culture turns that skill into a cage. You're constantly auditing yourself, constantly raising the bar. It's like someone compliments you 9 times, but you get haunted by the 1 criticism. Sign number 8, connected to not enough. You put in a ton of effort, but the reward doesn't match, and you start convincing yourself, I should try harder. When your brain sees effort and reward being mismatched for too long, it labels the environment as chronic stress. Sign number 9, you don't actually rest. You do conditional rest. You rest, but you watch Slack. You rest, but you think about emails. You rest, but you plan how to make up for it. This is the biggest mistake for introverts and overthinkers. You think changing location is recovery, but your brain is still in the office. You go out, but still take your laptop, just in case, or every 15 minutes you check your phone. Seriously, that makes your touch grass moment completely pointless. Sign number 10, the most introvert-rooted one. You're extremely sensitive to signs of disappointment from other people. A sigh, a short text, a slightly cold punctuation mark, and you automatically adjust yourself. That's people-pleasing, and sometimes it touches the fawn response, pleasing to reduce social threat. But listen, you're not exhausted because you're not smart enough. You're not collapsing because you lack willpower. You're stuck in a very specific loop. Fear of being judged to take on more, to no recovery, to energy drops. Mind worries more. Perceived performance drops. Fear of being judged increases. Take on more to prove yourself. Hustle culture doesn't beat you just by giving you more work. It beats you by turning fear of saying no into a habit that looks moral and professional. In situations like this, I usually do 3 things. Method 1, delay the yes for 10 minutes. For any new request, don't answer yes immediately. Try, give me 10 minutes to check my schedule and I'll confirm. When to use? Any request outside your plan, even small ones. Why it works? You create a gap where your brain can exit survival reflex mode and return to the choice-making part. Step 2, reject at least 3 things in 1 week. Yeah, that's right. I'm not forcing you to reject your boss directly, but at least reject 1 unnecessary condition, a post your boss wants in 2 weeks, or something small. For me, it's turning off my phone and rejecting work contact on the weekend. Finally, Sunday audit for 15 minutes. On Sunday, write down the 3 most draining tasks of the week and the reward attached: money, recognition, opportunity, real progress. Then choose exactly 1 adjustment for next week. Reduce effort somewhere, or ask for clearer reward, or stop accepting 1 type of task that doesn't create value. Why it works? You stop letting guilt be the accountant of your life. You put data in, and you take emotions out of the driver's seat. If you see yourself in this and you still can't escape it, leave a comment for Paw. We'll go deeper into brain behavior together. If you liked it, subscribe, and don't miss the next video. Paw signing out. Stay sharp. Stay weird.